A 23-race Formula 1 calendar has been announced for the 2021 season, which excludes the Vietnamese Grand Prix but retains Interlagos. I'm Thomas Marr, be sure to like and subscribe for the very latest Formula 1 news. The provisional calendar for the 2021 FIA Formula 1 World Championship has been announced. After a tumultuous year in which F1 bosses had to turn to emergency stand-in venues and largely staying in Europe for a condensed schedule, the 2021 season looks much more like a normal season, albeit with a record-breaking 23 races on the schedule. This calendar will now go before the World Motorsport Council for approval. Curiously, the Vietnamese Grand Prix is not included. Having worked at breakneck speed to have a track in Hanoi ready for 2020, the race was cancelled due to the coronavirus and now is not included for next year. No reason or statement has been released for this exclusion. Also, despite strong rumours of a contentious new track in Brazil being introduced, Interlagos remains on the calendar, although is subject to a new contract being reached with FOM. The season will kick off on March 21st at Australia's Albert Park, before heading to Sakir in Bahrain a week later. 2 weeks later, Shanghai will return after being the first venue to be cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic this year. A late April slot is yet to be decided, having initially been earmarked for a Miami Grand Prix. However, with residents there throwing lawsuits at F1 and Liberty Media, this race is on the back burner for now. So this slot could end up going to somewhere unexpected, like Portimao, maybe Mugello. Where would you like to see to fill this gap? Catalonia and Monaco, they return in their usual May slots. Azerbaijan, Canada and France, they're all scheduled in June, before Austria, Silverstone and the Hungaroring round off the first half of the season before the summer break. That's 12 races in 19 weeks, before a manic second half of the year with 11 races in 15 weeks, as promoters obviously want their races as late in the year as possible in order to try minimising disruption from the pandemic. The season will resume at the end of August at Spa-Francorchamps, forming a triple header with Netherlands and Monza to round off the European season. Russia will kick off the end of season flyaways and another triple header with Singapore and Japan making up one, before a double header of the USA and Mexico up next. 5 races in just 6 weeks. The Brazilian Grand Prix, the third last race of the year, remains at Interlagos, with a new race in Saudi Arabia next. The less said about this particular race, the better. The final race of the year is in Abu Dhabi. We're pleased to announce the 2021 Formula 1 provisional calendar after extensive conversations with our promoters, the teams and the FIA, said F1's Chase Carey. We're planning for events with fans that provided an experience close to normal and expect our agreements to be honoured. We've proven that we can safely travel and operate our races, and our promoters increasingly recognise the need to move forward and manage the virus. So, what do you think of the new calendar? I personally think you can have too much of a good thing. 23 races is simply too many. That's almost half of the weekends in a year taken up with racing, and it's a huge toll on everyone who has to attend every race. A 2-day weekend simply doesn't alleviate that pressure, and it's becoming an increasingly hostile sport to work in if you've got a family or simply want a good work-to-life balance. With racing now going up until the start of December, there's no significant downtime anymore, as launches and testing begin in mid to late January before another relentless season kicks off. Added to this is the fact that F1 has ignored the team's wishes that triple headers don't occur. Instead, they've scheduled 2 triple headers in close proximity. While Spa, Zandvoort, Monza isn't too bad logistically, Russia, Singapore, Japan is particularly brutal, and you've got to feel for all the hard-working mechanics and crews who simply aren't getting enough time at home. That's it for me for the moment. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at Thomas Marr on F1.